Today I was lucky enough to trial out Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. They officially opened up their Insider Alpha program today with no NDA, which was surprising, so I'm just going to talk through it, give you my thoughts, and hopefully you can enjoy the gameplay that's going on in the background as well. My initial thoughts is it's a lot better than I expected. I did not expect it to be too much different, and it is actually a lot different, especially visually. The visual improvements to the ground, the lighting, it's very, very noticeable. I think the photogrammetry is the clearest I've ever seen. I've not really flown many places, just a few bits around the UK, a little bit of Europe. There is still certain places that are very, very auto-genned, but this isn't going to be our final version, so fingers crossed we will see improvements with them. The performance is a lot better. We run this on high with detail of 300. There was stutters, there was times it was getting a little bit behind, but I think this was because we was recording as well. I'm going to experiment a few bit more with the settings and see what we can get out of it. But overall, generally, visually, very impressed. The first thing we jumped into was a career, and I think I'm going to be spending a hell of a lot of time in the career mode. I was thoroughly impressed. As you can see in the next video, I've done quite a bit in the career mode already. So I've done certain certifications. I've got a different office. But here you can get an idea of how much there actually is to do. So you do all your licenses, starting with PPL, move out to commercial pilot license, and then you start getting paid, and then you can move off onto jet ratings, night flying, and there's also helicopters as well. It's going to keep everyone so busy. When you go into specialization flights, it gives you an idea of the different kinds of missions and careers, what we're going to be able to do. I won't go through these individually, but I'll flick through them on screen so you can pause and have a read if you want to have a read. But there's skydive, cargo, search and rescue, firefighting, medivacs. It's going to keep everyone so busy. It's such a great idea. I'm all in on this. As I start clicking further down the list, you can see the requirements, and some of the requirements start getting quite a lot. So I think there will be quite a lot of playtime here for everybody, and I think it will keep people going. There's also missions. So the missions, you get more and more, you unlock more and more, the more licenses and stuff you do. At the moment in the beta, the alpha even, it looks like it's just sightseeing and delivery flights. So they're not too bad. It's they're everywhere. There's going to be millions of missions, and when you click into one, it will show you the details of what's required. It will give you the flight plan and the path, and then you even get a bit of interaction as well from the people that you are flying. One of the other things I was super impressed with was the loading times. The loading times was super fast on the map. This probably isn't the best example, but as soon as I've clicked it, it pulls in, loads into the plane of where I want to be. And the reason I'm showing this now is because one of the things I think that's going to help us greatly is the onboard EFB. The onboard EFB that's provided by MSFS is really, really good, and I'm really interested to see what their integration of their own version of Navigraph is going to be like, because from what we've got that we can play around with on the EFB, it looks really good so far. Like, really good. For the people that don't want to pay additional subscriptions, I'm hoping this is going to be another alternative, and it's going to be a good, viable alternative. Where it stands in regards to people using VATSIM, I have no idea. I have no idea if this is going to be usable or if we can use the flight plans off of it. We have to wait and see. Now, there is bugs, as expected, in the technical alpha. This was New York. It had a massive issue with cruise ships, so I had a few crashes. Nothing too serious. I'd say generally the performance has been better than I expected. Hopefully they fix the cruise ship issue. I don't think New York is as popular. The more frustrating thing I've had is it losing my joystick binds every single time we reset, but I assume again this is just an alpha thing and it'll be resolved in the full version. Currently we only have 3 planes to play with. I don't expect that we're going to be getting any more. I would imagine that this is going to be the limit. It's a shame really, it would have been nice to have tested an airliner and maybe seen some of the airports, but I'll take it. At least we've had a good go at it, and like I say, visually, as someone who did not expect much of an improvement, I think we have got a hell of an improvement. My other newest favourite feature is the photo mode. Look at some of these images. It is absolutely amazing, the photo mode, and it's something that I have been wanting for a long time. It's just nice to go and think, oh, okay, we're going to go and get some pictures. And there is actual missions as well, which are photography missions. So it sort of gives you an incentive to use the photo mode, take some nice pictures, and really see how far you can push the game. I think with these images you can see it fully stretched on my monitor, and I think you can get a kind of idea of how detailed the ground is. And this is only on high, so the guys that have got 4090s and running this on ultra and full max settings, it should be even better for them. And we're going to see some beautiful screenshots coming out in the next few months, that is for sure. We'll probably release more videos on more smaller in-depth sections of new stuff that we have found. It's more of a bit of a last minute video, to be honest, as we only really got access to this today, so I've been mucking around trying to get things working, getting in the career mode, getting that going. And we also had quite some few PC issues, because it seemed when VATSIM crashed it seemed to halt my whole PC, so that made recording a bit of a problem. So we'll see. I'll see if they release any updates for it, which is it's going to be unlikely, because I mean we're looking just under a month until full game release. So I would imagine this is going to be a few versions behind of where the full game is at. I would expect the full game to be better than this, and hopefully they've ironed out a lot of bugs. But overall, I would say impressed so far. Fingers crossed they sort out the little issues, and I'm looking forward to getting the career mode done. I'll leave you here with the end of this flight. It just comes in, it's one of the career missions, just comes in with the landing. So if you don't want to see the end of it, that's fine. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be back with a few more videos, and if you stay to the end, appreciate it.
Burbank Tower ASXGS is 4 miles west of Gulf to land.
Runway 8 runway. Altimeter 29.92.
Make straight in runway 8 runway XGS.
XGS cleared to land runway 8. Follow the aircraft on final. XGS, please acknowledge.
Cleared to land runway 8 XGS.
XGS contact ground on 123.9.
Burbank ground ASXGS taxi to parking.
ASXGS taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway D7.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway D7 XGS.